Now, if you're not familiar with my work, if you think I'm bashing women in this video, you're at the wrong person. I'm making this video because a lot of the women who follow me care about introspecting. They care about becoming better wives, better girlfriends. Plus, I like to explore topics. So if you get offended by anything here, it has nothing to do with me, it has everything to do with you. The very first reason that American women are hard to date is because they have the independent woman mindset. Now let's break this down. First of all, the humankind dichotomy is an interdependent world. We live in nature, we live in industry, we live in cities, we live in rural areas, which again are interdependent world. These functions of our worlds that we live in are dependent upon other things to happen. When you ask a woman to describe what does it mean to be an independent woman, she says she buys stuff and she has a job. And I'm sorry to break it down to you, but having a job does not make you independent. See, you're not really looking at the whole perspective of what's really going on. Your boss hired you, so you depended upon that person to hire you, and you definitely depend upon that person or that corporation to keep you employed with at-will employment. At-will employment means they can fire you whenever they want because they don't like the way you look, dress, talk, or what have you. So you mean to tell me that you're independent because you have at-will employment? That's not independent. See, because if you don't go to work, they take away your money, and now you no longer have your money, so you're dependent upon them. And even if you're an entrepreneur like I am, I'm an entrepreneur. Now, I don't say that I'm independent. Why? Because I'm dependent upon my fans. I'm dependent upon people who buy my books. I'm dependent upon people who come to my shows. If they decide to stop doing that, now all of a sudden I have to look for different sources of income, and it's a high possibility that that can happen, just like it's a high possibility that you can get fired from your job. So if you think making money makes you independent, then you have a complete falsehood of what it means to be independent. There's no human being that is independent. We are all dependent upon other people. Now, for us to get our behavior, all human behavior is learned. You depended upon other people to learn behavior. If you're such an independent woman, then that means you should not be asking your friends for advice. That means you should not be asking your mother or your father for help in the house at all. You should be completely self-sufficient. But that's not realistic because 80% of the people in America right now are living check to check. So are you part of that 20%? The second reason, and I could go on further about that video, about that idea, about the whole, and you know what? I am going to go on further because being an independent woman actually is a big turnoff, and let me explain. If you go up to a man who has a lot of value, who has a lot of things to offer you, and you're talking that attitude, that independent woman attitude, it's gonna be a turnoff because any man that's looking to create a family, any man that's looking to be a contributing part of a family, looking to be the quote-unquote real man like women claim they're looking for, he's looking for a woman who could be a teammate. He's looking for a woman who knows how to submit. He's looking for a woman who knows how to play her role because he knows how to play his role in the dichotomy of a relationship, of a family. And women with this, oh, I'm an independent woman, they don't understand the way relationships actually work, because an efficient relationship between a man and a woman is what we call an interdependent relationship, where both people bring value, content, a consistent success to the relationship. So when you say, oh, I'm an independent woman, you are basically saying, oh, I don't need a man. And if you don't need a man, the man doesn't need you either. But we will go find a woman who does need me. We will go find a woman who wants to love me. We will go find a woman who wants to be a woman and who wants to be a functioning part of a family unit. So you can keep being an independent woman, but then at night when you have nobody to call on, all the men are turned off of you there because you think all your degrees are more important, you think your bank account is more important, you think your status is more important. I mean, how do you feel? Like, that's the real question. How does it feel to be an independent woman, but you're lonely as hell? Nobody will date you. You're undateable. How does that make you feel? You crave the attention of a man. You crave the love of a man, of a good man, but you're not able to attract a man, or you're able to push him all the way because you're so independent. When are you going to stop doing that? Now, I'm never going to crush anybody's dreams and say, don't chase your dreams. I'm never going to say, don't chase your money. I'm never going to say, don't create, because that's what I do. That's personally what I do, but I'm also a man. And I don't expect my woman to do that. I expect her to chase her dreams. I expect her to chase her passions, not money. I don't expect her to chase money. My woman wants to build a food page, and she wants to build a food brand, and I'm helping her with that. It's not about money. It's about, that's what her passion is. So what does it mean to you to be an independent woman? And does it really help you? Does it benefit you? Number two, American women are obsessed with social media, and they're obsessed with social media because they want to gain approval from others. Actually, I'm going to switch the order right now. This is going to link me to my next topic, okay? American women are obsessed with social media. You go out on a date with women, and I mentioned this in another video. They're on Snapchat the whole time. You go out to the bar or club, women are on Snapchat the whole time. Oh, we lit, girl. We lit. But you're not in a position to allow men to approach you. And I'm not saying that you have to go out for men to approach you. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you are a woman who craves a man, you want to be in a relationship, you eventually want to create a family, you have to present yourself in social situations so men can talk to you, so men can approach you, because that's the only way you're going to meet a good man. You have to go through the process of meeting people and of spending time with people and figuring out, okay, I don't like this guy, I do like this type of guy, until you narrow it down, until you find that right one. Some people get lucky and they hit it off right away and they find that right guy when they're 19 years old. But for most American women, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to go through the dating process. But if you go through the dating process and you're just on your phone all the time, you're on Snapchat all the time, you're on Instagram scrolling, looking at all these girls with 100,000 followers, comparing your life to them, no man is going to value you. Because we don't want that. We don't want women who are obsessed with social media. We don't want the women who compare their lives to other women's lives. This woman has this woman has that. Baby, what's that have to do with me? What does that have to do with what I'm providing you? What does that have to do with our bond and our connection? This is what men are thinking. So now this is going to lead me to the next problem that American women suffer with. They have very low self-esteem and poor image issues. Now, lately I've been seeing a lot of the feminist movement has just been attacking men, and they're blaming men for this issue. Men never taught me about, and I'm just speaking on my personal experience, men never taught me, like, let me tell you something, when men talk, we don't talk in a negative way about women that we don't like. We talk in positive ways about women we do like. Now, obviously, there's a degree to that, but for the most part, we talk about what we like about women. That's the way men are trained to think. When we see an attractive woman, we think, okay, I like her hips, I like her hair, I like whatever I like about her. We never look at a woman and say, oh, I don't like her. Like, we just don't even notice it. If we're not attracted to you, we just don't even notice you. We only really notice and talk about the women we're attracted to. And we're attracted to most women. That's what women don't understand. You got women getting ass shots. And look, I'm not against, you want to enhance yourself. That's your life. You have the free will to. But you got to understand that you don't have to do all of that stuff. You don't have to get all the ass shots. You don't have to get all these lip injections and all these things women are doing. They're doing because they are so insecure and have such low self-esteem of themselves. And they're comparing their body image to other women. And that's not what men are doing on a large scale. We look at women and we can appreciate the beauty in this woman, and then we can look at this woman over here and appreciate the beauty in that woman. And it's not a comparative thing. Women look at that woman and, oh, her tits are bigger than mine. Oh, her ass is bigger than mine. And they compare. That's the way the woman's mind works. And that's a trap. That's a suffering trap that women put themselves through. You don't have to do that. You can just appreciate the beauty in all women. That woman is a brunette and she's beautiful. That woman has red hair and she's beautiful. If women would look at women the way men look at women, women wouldn't even have self-esteem issues at all. The self-esteem issues would be gone. The next reason why American women are hard to date is because they would rather work than create family. You have women just working their 20s away, working their 30s away, and they're not making families. They're not making families. And I'm not talking about having kids. I'm talking about creating a family. I'm talking about creating a family where there's love, where there's communication, where there's nourishment, where there's trust, where a kid comes into an environment where they can grow, where they can learn from both the male and female energy. When I talk about creating a family, that's what I'm talking about. So if you're talking about creating a kid, yeah, women are having kids in their 20s. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the important thing of creating a family. Because if we all focused on creating families, we wouldn't have the problems we have in our country. Women are more obsessed with working, with making money. This goes back to this being an independent woman thing. Oh, I don't want to depend on the man. One of the most beautiful things you can do is use your discernment, pick a great guy, and you both depend on each other. But since women are so obsessed with being independent, so obsessed with working, you have this I can't depend on the man mindset. Don't let one guy, young boy, probably you guys are probably 21, 22. No man has anything when he's 21 or 22. Don't let one young man ruin your experience, because when you can depend on a man, that's beautiful. That's one of the most beautiful things you can experience as a woman. When you can wake up and you know that he got you. And it's a lot of women that experience that. That's the thing that I don't think women understand. The women who are complaining about this stuff and who are bitter about this stuff. There are a lot of men taking care of their women with no issues, with no complaints. Why? Because they're great women. Because they care about family. They care about serving their man and taking care of their man. And guess what he does? He gives it back. They're very aggressive and argumentative. I travel, I talk to women everywhere. A lot of women are very aggressive, very argumentative. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself. There's nothing wrong with having your thoughts on a topic. And this is gonna lead me to my next point too, but being aggressive and argumentative is not healthy to be in a relationship. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. That trait is ugly. Even in a guy, that trait is ugly. Being argumentative is basically creating extra conflict. One of the driving motivational factors for men's attraction level to a woman is the answer to this question. Is she peaceful? Does she bring me peace? I'm talking about the good man. Men who care about making family. Men need they need a peaceful woman around. They need a peaceful woman around. Woman that's just full of stress is gonna get cheated on. Is gonna get broken up with. Is gonna get left. Stressful women are not fun. They're not fun and they're not valuable because there are women who are not stressful. So those are the type of women who are getting wife. Those are the type of women who are getting the best of a man. Those are the type of women who are getting men to commit, to give them value, to add value to their life, and they're giving it back because they're not stressful. Being with someone should not be stressful. There's way too many options out here for men for us to be with a woman who stresses us out. Like, there's no reason for us to do it. Why do it? I wouldn't do it. I did it. And after doing it, I realized, I was like, whoa, that's toxic air. I don't want that. I had to experience it. And whoa, no, I will not be with a stressful woman. Won't do it. My woman now doesn't stress me out at all. I deal with very little stress. You know what stress I deal with? I bought a microphone yesterday and it didn't work. It was horrible. I gotta take it back to Best Buy. That's the stress I have in my life, not my woman. Absolutely not. There's 2 points left, and I'm gonna get through these a little bit quicker because I think I've made my point. A lot of women don't believe in just being a wife or a mother. They think that's a bad thing, and obviously that ties back into they want to work all the time. What's wrong with being a wife and a mother? And I really want to know who has conditioned women, who has taught women that being just a wife and just a mom is a bad thing. It's beautiful to me. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that a woman can create a child, can nourish the child from the nourishments of her breast. That's amazing. That's science. That's biology. That's amazing to me. It's amazing to me that men, we go out through our lives to find a woman that's compatible with us, that we can spend the rest of our lives with. Being a wife, it's amazing. Those are amazing things to me. You think being a mother is easy? You think being a wife is easy? What's so wrong with being a mother, being a wife? You think anybody gives a damn if you're an administrative assistant at a job that pays you $40,000 and you're still broke? You think anybody cares if you work 60 hours a week and you're a horrible wife, you're a horrible mother? Nobody cares about those jobs. I'd rather have less as a couple. I'd rather have less, have a great wife, have an amazing mother, and have less resources to buy stuff. Nobody cares about buying stuff. As long as we got food and got a place to sleep, we can get through anything. But these women obsessed with working and they see something wrong with being a mother. I don't get it. I don't understand. And the last thing, I want to make a separate video of this, so I'm going to more or less just mention it. I want to make a separate video on this because this is a big deal to me. It's not fair the way this country is set up for the divorce laws and the way child support is set up. It's just not fair. And again, so many women claim to be independent women, but then they go after a man's money when the relationship doesn't work out anymore. But you're independent though. Why do you need his money, especially if you're not with them anymore? To me, child support, if we're really talking about what child support really is, child support isn't money. See, that's the U.S. government, because the U.S. government is driven by money. The U.S. government is the one saying, oh, well, you don't have to be present in your child's life. Just throw them a couple $100 based off of what you make. That's bullshit. Child support is saying, hey, you're going to be a factor in this child's life because the masculine and feminine energy matters. So you're going to be with your mom and you're going to be with your dad. It's not going to be, oh, you're with your mom 6 days a week, you're with your dad one day, and he has to pay $400 a month for you until you turn 18. But money you don't actually see because it goes to the mom who doesn't work, and she can spend it on her personal life, not actually you. Get in the comment box below. Let me know what you think on this controversial video. I'm sure you have thoughts on it. But I'm a real man, and I take care of my responsibility, and I take care of my woman. I have to say what I have to say, man. Someone has to say it. I love women. I do. I love women. But these 8 reasons I listed are reasons that make women very hard to date. A lot of guys deal with this. And if you're a woman who watched this video, I thank you for watching it. I thank you for clicking on it, because you watched it probably because you wanted to improve to be a better wife. And if you're a man that watched this video, don't get in the comment box and just say, you know, women ain't shit or women are dumb. Don't even do that, because there's a lot of great women out here. So just be positive. Let's everybody be positive about this topic. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.